Hi, welcome to Celebrating Culture. We honor those who honor our veterans. In New Orleans, that means honoring the Battle of New Orleans, a very significant moment in the history of New Orleans and in our country. We'll move to World War II and Blue Star and Gold Star markers throughout the state of Louisiana. After World War II, the Blue Star Memorial and the Gold Star Memorials popped up across America. And we'll finish with the Argus Parade in Metairie, Louisiana. The Argus Parade showcases both the Budweiser Clydesdales and their Folds of Honor program and a special float to honor our armed forces. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Celebrating Culture. I'm here with Pat Gallagher, who is the Chaplain General of the Daughters of 1812. Pat, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Charles. It's a pleasure to be here.
The War of 1812 means so much to New Orleans.
Yes, and it should mean so much to New Orleans. It's something that put us on the map in the nation, everywhere. And the Battle of New Orleans actually concreted and put together the fact that we are all Americans. The Battle of New Orleans was fought by so many different combinations of ethnic people. We had Jackson's Tennesseans, and we had Texans, and we had the Baratarians, and of course we had Jean Lafitte. And then the local people of the city came out. So the Battle of New Orleans is the gumbo that we are. Some of the orders that the British had that should they win, and they assumed that they would, that they were allowed to burn New Orleans. So that was going to be our fate in New Orleans had it not been for Andrew Jackson and his band of men and the city of New Orleans and the nuns who prayed for the city. So our city was saved by everyone.
The nuns really did play a part. A lot of things went our way.
Absolutely. I think it was divine intervention that God smiled on us that day, because it was a foggy, rainy day, and it was not a good day for a battle, but our people said, let's go forward, and they did, and so we were lucky.
That's a beautiful battlefield there.
Yes. Chalmette has done a wonderful job trying to preserve the history down there.
We're here today at Chalmette Battlefield, and I'm with Roger Villery, who is a descendant of veterans of the Battle of New Orleans. Roger, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Charles.
Roger, tell us, this was a major battle for not only New Orleans, but really America. Why?
Well, this was probably one of the most important turning points in the history of America, because the British, had they won the Battle of New Orleans, planned to keep New Orleans, even though that they had technically signed a treaty against Louisiana territories and the Mississippi River. Really, that was the highway. That was our interstate in that time in history. They knew if they controlled that, they controlled the country.
Now, I understand for a while, the whole country celebrated this day.
This was actually a bigger celebration until the Civil War than 4th of July. This was the #1 celebration in the United States. It was such a tremendous victory.
Today,
there's actually a number of ceremonies today. We've laid wreaths here at the battlefield itself, at the monument, and then at noon at Jackson Square, there'll be another wreath-laying ceremony to commemorate the Battle of New Orleans, because even though it's on the plains of Chalmette, this was part of New Orleans at the time. Their big celebration after the battle was won was held in what's today's Jackson Square.
Remember and acknowledge that there are layers of importance and community in this land. From its early beginnings, from the being valued by Native Americans, to later being homes and farms, and it being the site of Fazanville, a community of freed slaves and immigrants right after the Civil War.
We're going to be laying wreaths, and we're going to remember in laying those wreaths those soldiers on both sides of the battle who lost their lives, as well as those who died of their wounds in the last war ever fought between our two countries. In my country, as in yours, we honor and remember the sacrifice of those who died serving our countries by wearing the poppy. And the poppy I'm wearing today comes in fact from the World War I Museum in Ypres in Belgium, memories of another great conflict.
Roger, you're in period outfit, and I notice there's a lot of people that show up and reenact.
I'm chairman of Louisiana Society of War 1812. As a member, a lot of us have the period costume because we use that to commemorate our ancestors that fought. My third great grandfather, Jacques Villeray, was a major general. He was actually the second line of defense, and had they broken through Jackson Line, his men, the first unit of the Louisiana militia, they were the second line of defense and would have held and protected the city.
There's a great monument here now.
There is a beautiful monument. The daughters, 1812, helped raise the money and built the monument, and then there's a cemetery just a little further over.
If somebody wants to come here,
People can go in the visitor center. There's movies, short movies to give you an idea, a little history of the Battle of New Orleans, and then of course they got a lot of books about the battle.
I want to thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely.
And stay tuned, we'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture. Celebrating Culture is brought to you by Awe News. Awe News also produces New Orleans Insider Tours, which are 10 self-guided tours of New Orleans and Louisiana. To download the apps, all you have to do is point your phone at the flow code in the camera mode, and you're ready to really experience Louisiana. Hi, welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're coming to you from Veterans Memorial Square in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. As you can see behind me, there's a marker for the Blue Star Memorial. These markers and these gardens are often created by the Garden Clubs of America or the Garden Club of that state. These memorials typically feature the flags to all 5 branches: the Marines, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, the Navy, and the Army. There's an American flag and often a POW flag at these memorials. There'll be statues to those who served in World War II, Korea, often World War I, Vietnam, our first responders, police, firemen, also medical. And I'm with Miss Colleen Perlew Landry. Colleen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Colleen, you have a lot of connections to this square because actually the big flag that we see here you were involved with putting up.
Yes.
And you were in law enforcement. I understand a colonel?
I retired as a colonel from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office.
And now you're involved with the garden clubs.
I've been involved with garden clubs for more than 50 years.
Tell us, we see these Blue Star markers going up around Louisiana. They've been up, but we now see new ones. Tell us what's going on.
Well, it's been revived. It started in 1945 to honor all the people who had served in World War II. A lot of them went up at that time, and now we're back into a patriotic mode, and it's coming back.
You actually was involved last year with a project to put up a gold star marker. What's a gold star marker?
A gold star marker is for all the ones who died in the war. These are for everyone who served, Blue Star, but you have the Gold Star Mothers, and that's how it started, to honor the Gold Star Mothers.
France last year with the 75th.
In France, on the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the Jefferson Parish Council of Garden Clubs put up a gold star marker honoring a woman in France. It's the first time a marker has ever been put outside of the United States. And we honored Simone Reynaud, who was the wife of the mayor of Saint-Mère-Église during the time of D-Day.
Jefferson Parish sent a delegation over there for that.
4 women went from Jefferson Parish for the celebration on D-Day. Princess Grace's son, Prince Albert, was there, as well as a lot of dignitaries from all over the world.
Now, I understand you have a family connection to World War II with your brothers.
Oh, I had 3 brothers. serving in World War II, yes.
Your mom had blue stars in the window?
This is how Blue Stars started. During World War II, if you had a son in the military, you displayed a blue star in your window. So my mom had 3 blue stars in her window.
They all came back.
They all came back alive. One was missing in action for quite a while, very upsetting in the family, but they all came back. Christmas of 1945, we were all together for the first time since the war began.
And there's a great photo you took.
Santa Claus had brought me a little box camera, and I took that picture, not knowing what I was doing at that young age, and it's a fabulous picture. I just love it.
You got a little brother in there too.
The littlest, the brother right ahead of me, so wanted to be in the picture, so he's hiding in the hedges behind the Marine's shoulder.
So the blue stars get started from the windows during World War II, and now we have 80 of them in Louisiana. One of my favorites is driving up Highway 425.
When it started in 1945, the trend in Louisiana was to put blue star markers in every town that was possible, and you would have a garden or a flag or a tree with it, and it would be a continuing ribbon throughout the state to honor the veterans.
Here at Rayville, Louisiana, at the Northeast Louisiana Veterans Cemetery, and I'm with Tim Johnson, who is the director of the cemetery. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. The Northeast Cemetery was a really brainchild of George Franklin family. They desired to have a place to honor veterans here in Richland Parish, and so the family donated the 52 acres this property is on. He didn't get to see it in its completion. He died before its completion. It took 10 years to get this here, and so we are very grateful and honored to have this type of facility in this part of our state. As a matter of fact, I think they call this a Veterans Highway between here all the way down to Winsboro, and every little town honors veterans. And we have a very good support group here in Richland Parish. We have a need, they turn out to help us. We have a Blue Star marker. I just personally want to thank the Blue Star organization for recognizing us as a place of honor and respect for our veterans. We were very, very grateful to have them do so. We want our veterans and their families to know at this facility, they will never be forgotten. They will always be honored. Every flag that is placed, every wreath that is placed, we ask every volunteer to read the veteran's name aloud. So 3 times a year, whether the veteran has a family or not, that veteran's name is spoken verbally. For the veteran, there is no charge for anything done inside our cemetery. The site, the opening, the closing, the headstone is all provided for our veterans. They deserve it, they're due that. And here they'll receive an honor guard, taps, floating of the flag, or full honors if they meet the criteria for that. We're very fortunate in our state to have 5 cemeteries to take care of our veterans and their families.
Thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you. It's our honor and it's our privilege.
In addition to Highway 425 in Louisiana, outside of Louisiana in Vicksburg, just across the Mississippi River, is a square that originally honored Louisiana Confederate soldiers. It has been expanded to honor the Purple Heart, World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans. In line with the concept of transitioning a monument that was honoring just Confederates to World War I, World War II, and all wars, in Franklin, Louisiana, they have the Peace Memorial, which again started out to honor Confederate soldiers. As the years went by, they converted their Peace Memorial to honor World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans. And in fact, they put a marker there to the soldier that was the first American to die in World War II in Europe. Outside of Franklin, we see many other Blue Star memorials in cities such as Rayne, Kaplan. Alexandria has a wonderful memorial to the planes known as the Flying Tigers in what was once England Air Force Base. And in Morgan City, recently, a statue was placed where a soldier is handing a folded flag to the child of a soldier who's died in battle. The folded American flag evolved into the Folds of Honor program, in which we honor Gold Star families. Biloxi has added a Gold Star Memorial Monument where they honor all branches of the military. And in nearby Waveland, they have recently added a Blue Star Memorial Park on the beach. Today, visitor centers are important.
We're trying to get them at every visitor center in Louisiana right now. So when people come into the state from anywhere else, they will see our monuments, our Blue Star markers. You can put a marker wherever you want. We have them in parks.
As we see cities creating memorials to honor our veterans of all wars, New Orleans has an opportunity near the World War II Museum. The circle there could be converted to what we call Victory Circle by simply putting the flags of all the branches of the military and a POW flag, and at the top, putting a flag folded in the Folds of Honor to honor Gold Star families. This would be a great start to making this circle part of the World War II Museum, which has flags right behind it for the Gold Star and the Blue Star, and on the other side has a memorial to all those who died at Utah Beach in Normandy on D-Day. Colleen, if someone wants to know more about how to get involved with Blue Star markers, where do they go?
You can go to our website of Louisiana Garden Club Federation.
Colleen, I want to thank you for being on the show. And I want to thank you for all the great things Louisiana Garden Club Federation has been doing to honor our veterans. Louisiana is very much
patriotic.
The patriotism is amazing. The amount of flags you see on our roads and the Blue Star markers are amazing. So I do want to thank you and Louisiana Garden Club Federation. Garden clubs around the nation are doing this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture. Hi, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Celebrating Culture. On News has interviewed hundreds of people and produced dozens of episodes for local broadcasting of awesome people doing great things to inspire us all. If you'd like to watch a specific interview, please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe. Welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're here in Kenner, Louisiana, and specifically Rivertown. I'm with Judge Kevin Cintani, who is the former chairman of the Rivertown Advisory Committee.
Correct.
Judge, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Charles.
You love Kenner. Your family goes back.
Yeah, my family's been here since about 1880 in Kenner, right. So we have tremendous roots here.
Kenner is where Lundi Gras starts. Before it goes to New Orleans, Zulu comes here.
Absolutely. Rivertown, as you know, is a historical district.
Was there a big fight that was in Kenner?
Yes, it was the Allen Mace fight that was fought in 1870. The first heavyweight fight ever fought in America was fought here.
So there's a lot of history here.
Oh, tremendous history.
And then you're now honoring that history and creating new memories with Lundi Gras.
And we've actually had a Rivertown museum for Mardi Gras here in the past. We no longer have it here. But in 1999, we had the King of Zulu as well as the King of Argus that was from Kenner. And they decided to bring Lundi Gras out here and basically put Rivertown in play as relates to Mardi Gras. So now there's a pageantry. It all starts here, as you say, Lundi Gras. So it's kind of a kickoff for locals. We have tremendous crowds that come here. And the Maison this year brings everybody in. They introduce the court as well as the King and Queen. It's beautiful. In this building here, as a matter of fact, in this Heritage Hall, once they introduce everybody in the parade that exits down Williams Boulevard to the festival grounds where there's a toast done.
But they picked you to give the toast.
I was very fortunate this year. Maison allowed me to do the toast, which was exciting, to do for the King and Queens of both Zulu and August.
We welcome you to the city of Kenner and this special celebration. Let's all raise our glasses in tribute to the King and Queen of Zulu and August. May your time as Mardi Gras royalty be joyous and provide memories that each of you will treasure for a lifetime. Les bon temps roulés. Let the good times roll. Salute.
We have a special family in Jefferson Parish, and that's the Cintanoviches.
Absolutely.
This year's queen.
Callie Cintanovich, the Cintanovich family, has Drago's restaurant. She was the queen this year of August.
And it's just great because I could see her dad, Tommy, was here. He was with his wife. Metairie is about family. We're here at Drago's in the heart of Metairie. And Drago's is a family restaurant, and I'm with Callie Cintani, the queen for 2020 of Argus. Callie, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So tell me about your family in Argus.
Well, I am the third generation of Argus king or queen. My grandpa Drago, he was king, and then my dad Tommy, and my uncle Jerry, and then my sister Maddie.
Mardi Gras morning, you meet at Clearview Shopping Center.
Yes, we go to Clearview Shopping Center. Everyone is there, the captain.
Happy Mardi Gras!
And then you parade through, you've got the go-karts, there's the truck units that go down. So is there a lot of excitement as you pull out of the shopping center?
It is, it's really exciting. Right as you pull out, there's already a lot of people there. So you gotta start throwing right as you pull out.
The floats in the parade help promote tourism to Louisiana. Like City Park has floats, whether it be the train or the Scream Park. Billy Nungesser's got a float. He's got the Feed Your Soul floats. So it seems like it's really about being a tourist in Louisiana. So Kevin, Mardi Gras here in Jefferson Parish also is blessed that the Lieutenant Governor gets behind it.
Being our Lieutenant Governor in charge of tourism, he likes promoting all aspects of Louisiana.
And then he rode a couple of years ago. He was a Grand Marshal. His wife rode this past year.
This is an incredible crew. I've ridden for many years all over many parades, and this parade is special. And you that ride every year know that when you get out there and see the family-friendly Mardi Gras that takes place here in Jefferson Parish. So it's an honor to be here again this year to welcome you and have a safe and great ride. And I'll take credit for the weather. There will be no rain.
Hey, I'm Rob DeVinny, captain of the crew of Argus, and Argus is so proud to be an important part of Mardi Gras and this community. It's 2020. This year we have the East Bank Little League World Series champions riding with us. We're so proud to be a family-friendly crew. My kids, my three boys have been riding since they were 5 years old. If you and your family want to come out and ride in the crew of Argus, we'd love to have you. We're building Mardi Gras momentum every year in Jefferson Parish. We're always proud to have the Special Forces in our parade. It was a gift from the Patrick Taylor Foundation.
Hi everybody, I'm Bob Morrow, this is Bruce Little, this is Al Kutno. We're all members of Chapter 30 Special Forces Association, part of a National Association of Former Green Berets. We've been parading since 2002 every year. We've been on this float since 2005, which was built by the donation from Mr. Patrick F. Taylor. A lot of them that ride are from the local recruiting office, but all of these NCOs from the recruiting offices are all combat vets. They've all served their time, their duty. We find this particular way to honor them. They're brave soldiers who fought to defend our country.
I've been involved with Argus for 5 years now, and I just think that Argus is the premier event for Jefferson Parish, and so I'm honored and privileged to be able to be the king this year. And I have to thank the captains and King's Court for that. The other thing that I think is just incredible is the Clydesdales with the Budweiser. The Clydesdales are an incredible horse, and it's just a marvel almost of evolution. I could look at them all day.
I'm here today with Dave Thomas of the Budweiser Clydesdale team. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Dave, this is so much fun. For Mardi Gras, you guys come down here for about 3 weeks?
That's right, yeah. Over the 3-week period we're staying here in New Orleans, we'll be in about 7 different parades, and then we'll do some single horse appearances all over the city, in addition to a big fundraiser out here at our stables for the NOPD mounted unit. You know, the Clydesdales are pretty iconic for Anheuser-Busch, and they go back to 1933, right after the repeal of Prohibition, is when Mr. Bush received his first team of Clydesdales from his son, August Bush Jr. And shortly after that, Mr. Bush sent the horses on the road, and they've been on tour ever since. They delivered some of the first post-Prohibition beer, actually, to the U.S. Capitol and the White House. And the Clydesdales represent, you know, a big part of Anheuser-Busch's heritage and commitment to excellence.
And when the wagon goes down the streets here in Mardi Gras, what does the audience feel like?
People are really, really happy to see us. People have grown up getting to see these horses on TV for the Super Bowl commercials and other events. People are really impressed by their size, and especially at Mardi Gras, everybody's really impressed with how well they do in the traffic and the crowds. And the horses really, really enjoy performing for the people.
Is there something special about a Clydesdale psyche that makes them so calm?
These guys are known as the gentle giants. I mean, you can see you made great friends here with Phoenix, and they're big lovers. They really don't let too much bother them.
You guys with Budweiser, you have so much that you're doing. I mean, there's Foals of Honor, and that is a touching program. So apparently that got started because somebody saw a coffin being loaded off a plane and realized something needed to be done?
Right, yeah. Major Dan Rooney founded Folds of Honor to provide children who lost a parent with a chance to go to college. Anheuser-Busch started working with them and helping them raise money, and been fortunate enough to deliver several scholarships with our horses here to children so they could go to college.
Budweiser itself, the corporate philosophy just seems to be, you're going to give back.
That's a big part of it, from Folds of Honor, taking the horses to military bases, children's hospitals. We do quite a few nursing homes throughout the year, fundraisers like we do here for the NOPD. We try to give back whenever we can. We have a great disaster relief program also.
I want to thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having us.
And if somebody wants to know, is there a Clydesdale URL or website?
Always go to Budweiser.com, and you can learn more about the Clydesdales there, as well as see our event schedule for all 3 traveling teams.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Celebrating Culture. Hi, welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We hope you've enjoyed this episode on those groups that honor our veterans. We hope you're inspired to do your part. Maybe it's joining a garden club to help with a Blue Star or Gold Star memorial. Throughout the year, we have numerous opportunities to thank our military. Going to the Battle of New Orleans ceremonies, thanking the military at a parade, or always remember when you see a current member or veteran to say thank you for your service.
So come feed your soul in Rivertown, okay?
I like that.
You like that? Okay.
In fact, you and I were just having lunch in Rivertown feeding our souls.
Yes, we did.
With a great Italian food.
At Gendouza's, that's right.
Gendouza's got great Italian food. They got great wine. We'll do another toast there.
Anytime.
Anytime. So listen, I'm looking forward to feeding my soul
Charles,
with you.
thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.
Feed your soul. Salud.
Salud.
Cintani.
And Cintani, huh?
Cintani.
Cintani.
And one
100
more.
years of love and happiness.
How do we say it?
Laissez l'ambon to relay.
There you go.
How you like that, okay?
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll.